As I stated in the roof video, we had a really bad storm 2 days ago, and there's a lot of down trees, brush all around the property. Throughout the town, it was a challenge getting over here because there were so many down trees, but this property held up pretty well. You know, you're limited to mostly some minor brush, bunch of leaves. You know, we'll walk around the property and I'll show you. So, you know, this is the drive over here, and this is the entrance to the house. You've got this little iron gate all around. The downspouts go below grade, so it's a good thing that they have those gutter guards on top of the gutters, because you want to prevent anything from clogging those downspouts. Just keep an eye on the gutters and make sure that they're performing properly. Right, you can see a little vent right down over there. That's a crawl space. So a crawl space is used instead of a full basement for cost and efficiency. So sometimes there's a lot of ledge and they don't want to blast to get into the ground, so they just do a crawl space. It's more cost effective. Right, those steps maybe might be a good idea to add a railing. It's not required, but for your own safety and peace of mind, you know, a railing on one side would be fine. The gates are working fine, they're operational. Back over here you have a propane tank, right? This is feeding a backup generator. So it was told to me that the power for the house did remain on until last night at around 12:30. It cut off and the backup generator kicked on. So it's going to be a little bit noisy when we get over to the other side. Try to just keep all the bushes and shrubs away from the house. This is a little fenced in patio area over here. You can see some of the brush sitting on the field, branches and stuff like that. You got a nice Japanese maple over here. Looks like it's seen better days. It looks like it's starting to die, but it didn't lose any of its branches. Right, here's the backup generator. That's your overhead electrical line. And you can see you don't have any trees on it, which is good. I tested all the outlets on the outside of the house. They're all working fine. Back over here you have your AC condensers. You have 1 and 2. This one uses the newer refrigerant gas, 410A. This one uses the older refrigerant gas, R22. So R22 is a refrigerant gas that's trying to be phased out. It is readily available right now, so if you need to charge it, but parts, replacement parts for these systems are non-existent. So if you have a problem, it may require the system being replaced. But right now you can see it's working. You know, when I go to the refrigerant line over here, it's cold to the touch. So it's making AC and it's working well. So there should be insulation on this refrigerant line going all the way up like there is on this one. Right, you can see the refrigerant line the insulation is older and it must have fallen off. So you're gonna want to replace that. This hose bib is working over here. The wood siding looks like it's in good shape. You know, the wood framing on the windows looks like, you know, there was deferred painting in the past, but now they've painted it more recently. This over here is your shutoff. It's a 200 amp disconnect. You may want to put a little lock over here so nobody can shut your power on you. So this one downspout over here comes above grade, you know, should be fine. These steps over here, you know, it would be a great idea to have a railing over here. That would be required by code. We don't get into code inspections, but you know, that's something that definitely should be done. And from what I understand, this is the original house. It's a craftsman style house. That means that the house was available for purchase from Sears. They sent it to you by mail order and you put it together, or a contractor would put it together for you. The siding over here definitely looks like it's pretty weathered, right? And We don't like to see the dirt so close to the siding. You can see a lot of the siding down over here is rotting because it's in contact with the soil. See, over here you have direct contact, which is not preferred. So definitely want to take all these vines off the side of the house over here. There's a little crawl space underneath this space. I tried opening this door, I can't open it. There's a couple of holes around this door, so that definitely should be improved so you don't get any mice. And I'm guessing that they must have had mice because they did a treatment over here. That's a professional bait box. So again, on the back side over here, you know, you're gonna want to trim. These are holly bushes. You know, you're definitely gonna want to trim them back. Back over there you have a well. It's a window well, it's called. It'd be a really good idea to put a window well cover on there. It's a little plastic cover, right? The stone veneer of the chimney looks like it's in good shape. Like I said, the siding on this side and a little bit on that side looks like it's a bit older. Some of it's been replaced, so it might be a good idea to replace it when the next painting is recommended. And the same thing over here, just you want to take some of this dirt away from the siding so it doesn't rot out. And then you have the garage area. Same thing, some of the siding is newer, some of it is older. You can sort of see the newer outlines. It looks like maybe they covered windows. They may have removed them. All right, you got a little crack in the glass. And simple barn doors. No overhead doors. Doesn't look like any water. And there's an invisible fence in the corner. It's already wired into the property. So if you're gonna have dogs, you may wanna see if the owners have the collar for this system. Otherwise you can purchase it. Yeah, for the most part, this is in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of dampness, it looks like, around in some of the corners. That's why they have this little bucket of damp rid. So, I don't know what you plan on using it for. You know, if you're just gonna have a car like this, you should be in good shape. All right, you have the lights will work. And electric works. It's all wired properly. So the next video will be inside the house. I noticed as I was exiting, you have one more broken window. Here, there's a broken glass. See, these gutters are all clogged up. That could be why it's damp inside the garage. So it might be a good idea to clean all the gutters and then just trim these shrubs away from the garage. And let me walk to the back of the garage, take a quick peek over there. Yeah, you see the gutters are clogged up over here. The slope of the gutters are gonna allow water to run off, and then you know you got the siding is touching the dirt back over here. So these are all conditions that could be leading to some of the humidity inside. You just want to correct these things, you know, correct the slope make sure you clean the gutters, you know, take all that stuff out of the back, clear some of the dirt out, and you should be fine. Okay, next video will be inside.